Okay, scooter tramps and chopper jockeys all across the land. It's 9 p.m. on the East Coast. That means it's time for another episode of Shop Talk. I'm your host from Cycle Source Magazine, Chris Callen. Want to welcome all you guys again. This is our second show with Chopper Town. Can't thank those guys enough. Shop Talk, if this is your first time, it's 90 to 120 minutes of all the bullshit we can fit. Motorcycle news, some entertainment. We bring on some guests. All in all, just have a good time. Take a look at This Week in Motorcycling. We are coming to you live from the Russ Brown Motorcycle Attorney Studio every Sunday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm joined by my co-host tonight, Heather and Mark. What's up, guys?
What's shaking? This is episode 90.
I know. How about it, dude, right?
Wow. Episode 90.
Can
we have a party when we hit 100?
We should.
Wait, what kind of party?
That kind of
the
party.
The party where we drink and do
party.
stupid things.
Shut up. Party.
Just saying.
Oh man, so
shit gonna get real.
It's gonna be a heavy week, man. Like
wait a minute, which in all reality means we'll be asleep by 8 o'clock.
Yeah, we won't make the show. I can give you that straight out.
But
all
we got a crazy heavy week. Deadline for the magazine.
Stupid magazine.
Gotta finish fixing the Sprinter truck so we can get on the road for Tennessee. What's up, TMMR?
Tennessee?
Whatever.
Yeah, buddy.
Oh, that's right. Sorry. It's gonna
Tennessee.
suck.
That's right, Mark. That's right. Although for some reason I'm making cupcakes for you guys.
So the Tennessee Motorcycle Music Revival is our next
test
stop.
Cupcakes by chance?
Right?
No test cupcakes. I made chocolate, but Chris and my mom ate it all.
I never get nothing nice. For Christ's sake, I have to do a job when I get here now. They have me pushing a button. I got to push a button when I get here.
You did it too. You're doing good, man.
I think he's trying to figure. Well, you have two jobs. You have to make sure you put your teeth in.
Oh,
you have to push the button.
Check.
So, hey, listen, man. If you don't know about Shop Talk, we don't just expect you to sit here for 120 minutes and listen to us.
Well, sometimes.
If you look over at the chat window, you'll see that we want your comments. We want you to get involved with the show. So, lots of people checking in already. Hello from Brazil. Jeff Smith's in from Choppertown. Hello from Bucyrus, Missouri.
Oh, Bucyrus, he's been here before.
Hi from California, Mendoza, Argentina. You guys are awesome. This is.
I want to go to Argentina and Brazil.
Where watching
else?
from Australia. Steve Broyles in the house. Second week in a row, man. You're becoming a regular. We're gonna have to start having you on the show as a co-host.
Motorcycle Cannonball just started a watch party.
Right
Thank
on.
you so much. You guys rock.
So our guest coming up tonight, really great show. We're gonna have a chance to sit down with Chris Summer Simmons. Chris is. We were talking before the show, like not only become, a voice and inspiration for women in motorcycling, but I think motorcycle people in general, multiple time participant in the Cannonball, long and storied history in motorcycle journalism and media, and just really a great person to talk to.
Involved person.
Yeah, right. Super fired up about that.
On top of that, Doobie Brothers is my first concert. So, you know what I'm saying?
Right? And we'll get to why that matters in just a minute.
I think I put on her lower third, just all around good human.
Right?
Nice.
I believe that's what I titled her.
So off to my right, you'll see the lovely Heather Callen is sitting in. She's keeping an eye on all the social media channels so she can tell us.
I'm trying to. There's a lot of action going on, though.
See, I got that nice wide shot of you tonight so everybody can see how hot you are. I mean, how
Lewis.
how nice you're dressed.
Get a room.
No shame. I just hit the wrong button.
All right,
Foster over there hit the wrong button.
So you're excited? You're excited about Tennessee more?
No, not at all.
Not at all.
No.
So I heard you had your bag packed already.
Yeah. No, I'm not excited about it at all. No, dude, I'm stoked. It's going to be a lot of fun. I mean, I know somebody doesn't want to hear about it, but sorry.
No, I think it's super awesome. But
hey, wait.
in all reality, wait a minute.
For a good reason. I mean, you're doing something
I was
that's
gonna
awesome
say, in
too,
all reality,
so.
I can't complain. I get good mom points for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Chris
here
is
comes
going to
the
never
guilt.
hear the end of it.
Here
so,
comes the guilt.
Somebody got to pay the bills. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
but I agree.
So hey, look,
I'm proud of my kids,
We should
so.
actually send
should be.
David Hayes right now a T-shirt or something from the show, because shared to Wild Hogs, shared to Grumpy Old Bikers, shared to Hippies and Harleys, shared to the original Jokers.
Damn.
Like
David Hayes,
my man's
send
on a
me-
sharing mission.
Try
right now.
David
Trifecta.
Hayes, DM Cycle Source your address and T-shirt size, and I will get one in the mail to you.
Oh boy, you know
Yes,
how many
sir.
people are going to start
because
getting
hey,
T-shirts?
that's what helps make the show run, man.
Right.
Hitting that share button,
Yeah.
making sure you're set up for alerts when we go live. You know that we're live. Steve Broyles, TMMR, we'll see you there. I know,
I'm going
man.
to miss Poppy, too. Are you kidding me?
Yes, you are.
Amelia Rose, you better
hey.
love me. That's all I'm saying. And this show better not suck.
Well, Amelia, I highly doubt
Pressure's
it will.
on,
I have all
kid.
the faith in the world in you, kid.
No,
Pressure's on.
I've seen some sneak peeks. It's actually incredible.
Oh, I said, as sucky as it is, at least you're doing something.
I know,
Yeah,
super
right
cool.
on.
I'd really like to go see that myself. So
I know.
Wouldn't-
I already
wouldn't be-
asked. They won't give me permission to record it.
Yeah, that sucks.
All right, man. So listen, like I said, Shop Talk is 90 to 120 minutes every Sunday, 9 p.m. All the bullshit we can fit, some news, some entertainment. But in general, we used to at least start this thing off with a little thing we call the news. First up in the news tonight, Paris Harley-Davidson, Adam Sandoval set new world record. We had Adam on not too long ago, but this story just in this week. Paris Harley-Davidson and philanthropist Adam Sandoval have set new Guinness World Record for continuous Harley-Davidson motorcycles on parade. In an event dubbed Bring It Home 2019, 3,497 motorcycles from across the country rode their Harley-Davidson bikes through Paris on a 3.5-mile ride, the Guinness official announced. The record has been taken from Hellas Motorcycle Club of Greece, which previously held the record set May 22nd of 2010 with 2,404 Harley-Davidsons making a 2.8-mile trip.
That's a lot of
So
Harley-Davidsons.
Adam's like totally good person, totally deserves.
All for a good cause.
Yeah, right on.
There's nothing
And-
but good causes.
Yeah, and even better, like, I think registration was $15 per motorcycles, all of which 100% of the proceeds went to motorcycle missions.
Which,
Oh,
if you
no
don't
kidding.
know anything about motorcycle missions, Google motorcycle missions. I mean,
Yeah,
great
Right.
cause,
That's
great
Crystal
thing.
Hess, right?
Yeah,
That is Crystal Hess.
Crystal is killing it. Gotta
Yep.
love everything she does. She's great. Always enjoy running into Crystal. Yeah,
All right, let's see.
it's a lot of motorcycles. I mean, think
Right.
about it. Non-stop.
That's all. I wonder
What
how
if you
long
had
it
to cross
took.
the street?
Look, I put the pressure on Mark for a minute. So hey, check this out.
I'm still
Next
trying
up
to
in the
cross the
news.
street.
$500,000 bid expected for vintage motorcycle at Barber auction today. So missing another really killer event that we try to get to and just can't seem to make it happen for the timing. But Brigham, Alabama, this weekend goes the Barber Vintage Festival. And along with that, you know, the old bikes, the swap,
Yeah.
but Saturday,
They always have cool shit for sale.
Bonhams will be at the museum auctioning off one of the rarest of all motorcycles, a 1959 Crocker big tank V-twin. It's expected to go as much as $500,000. This is all happening during the Barber Vintage Motorcycle Festival. About 85,000 motorcycle fans from across the globe are gathered in Alabama this weekend at the site.
Yeah, buddy.
Now, that's impressive, right? $500,000 they're expecting, but Mark, it was not too
What?
long ago you were just talking about you came
Yeah.
in hot because you saw a Crocker go at Meekum,
yeah,
right?
Meekum, yeah, I think that's what it was. Or yeah, was it Meekum? Yeah, Meekum
Yeah, I
for
think.
what, 750,000, something like that,
Yeah, dude.
875 or something. Big money. Those
That's a
Crockers are-
lot of cash.
It's nuts how much money they're bringing right now.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess, and you know, they say back then that was a performance bike that would perform today. You know?
Yeah.
So I mean, it's definitely an impressive bike. It's a lot of money. I
Yes,
need
sir.
one. I need one. I gotta find one of those bikes. Like, with all the crap we have to have one of them under something. You know, what I mean?
You know-
Just like, we gotta. we
You
got
know
some
what?
stuff.
You know what?
If I had that much money,
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know if I would spend it on a.
But again-
I
No,
don't know.
see,
I guess if you
this is-
have
The
that much
investment-
money, then
It's the
That's-
investment factor.
That's
you
the
know
old
what I mean?
adage, though. You have to have that much
Yep.
money to be able to say what
Right.
you do with that much money.
Now, keep in mind that much money just to spend
Oh,
that
look,
much money.
Jason Sims is in, said only bid up to 400.
Oh yeah.
Well, so there's the up-to-date
Wow.
skinny.
Wow.
There's the poop right
Still,
there.
400.
I love. There's
that's still-
motorcycle deals going on in our chat. Like
Yeah?
Kiefer's
Yeah.
trying to score parts from Rob, and
Yeah, it's become. We're gonna have to start like getting a little piece of everything.
Yeah.
goes
That's
on
what I
there.
was just going to
Kiefer,
say.
you need to give us a call here. We need to do some math.
Yeah,
I'd
man.
like a little commission.
The commish. Hey, you know, listen. You know what Mark's last name is Persichetti. You know he's looking
Oh,
for
I'm
the
looking.
Vig.
I want a piece.
just wet his beak a little bit.
Jimmy two times.
That's all he's saying.
Get the papers. Get the papers.
All right, man. Next up in the news, 20 things people should never add to their motorcycles. Now, this is in from thethings.com. And listen, there's a couple things on here that I do to motorcycles, so don't take this shit so seriously.
Yeah,
but it's just funny.
And to each their own. If
Right.
you love it and it's what you dig, then hallelujah for you.
So from thethings.com,
get
which
carried away, though.
this site is hilarious. Like they target everyone and everything. There are certain do's and don'ts when it comes to modifying motorcycles, improving aspects of the bike such as suspension, brakes, performance, making it lighter, or messing with the ergonomics to make a bike fit you better are all okay. Then there are those other mods, the useless and sometimes downright dangerous ones. You know, Mark, they're talking about us and choppers. Useless mods aren't always bad, but
This
having
wasn't the
them,
guy that was taking pictures in the shop window the other day, was it?
having them done means spending money on something that doesn't really improve the bike. The dangerous mods are a different story. They should be avoided at all times. So the list goes on, starting with number 20. Exhaust wrap.
Which counts us all out, by the way. So
Hipsters love riding customized bikes with this mod, and pretty much everyone else hates it. It can look okay in some rare instances, but then it has to be done right. Otherwise, it will just look shabby. Most of the time, it's just done to hide poorly made or rusty exhaust. You bastards.
Oh, that's not true.
Which word? This guy here needs a hobby.
King Kong hangers. Don't really have to say a whole bunch about that, right? I mean, there you go.
Like, that can't even be safe. And that's a legitimate picture, just
yeah.
for the record, people. That is a legit photo.
My man's getting it.
He's hanging on for dear life. So
18, obnoxiously loud exhaust. Yeah. I'm pretty sure not everyone's going down the street with their ZXR with a megaphone on the tailpipe, but okay. Get back whips.
Yeah.
Gonna leave that one alone, too. Tail gunner exhaust, unless you have a full themed military motorcycle.
Then it fits.
Right? 15 stereo. Yay!
Hey,
everybody here.
I agree on stereo.
I
do not believe that stereos should be on motorcycles, but that's just my deal.
I do, but let's learn how to turn the volume down a little bit. Nobody's to hear your dumb
Wow,
music.
look at Joe Melky is here. Good evening from Snap Fabrications,
Joe.
the Buffalo Chip. What's up, Joe? Barkley Smashy says he's actually seen the dude with the ape hangers ride that bike.
No, you have not.
Guys from St. Louis, he rides it every day. Well, good. Listen, good for him then.
That's right.
Right.
If he can get it like that, baby, God bless. See-through engine covers come in at number 14. I've seen this cool sometimes. I've seen.
I guess that's how it's done.
Again, I'd like somebody to bring me one of each of these bikes so I can actually look at them personally.
13, cheap tires. Depends on what part of the month you find me, because.
Or how much do you value your life at? Cheap tires.
Fat rear tire, number 12. Now, listen.
Hey, some people like a big booty, Judy.
Hey,
That's all I'm
watch it.
saying.
But not just that. If you're gonna.
If you're going to build the bike to match it.
Yeah, and if you're going to have the front tire closely matched to that back, it's relative to what you're running up front. The bat bike.
Bat bike.
Would you like to ride on the bat bike with me, good citizen? Would you like that?
Wow, that could have got really bad.
That voice was a little.
I've just called 911.
I got you, Mark. It's okay.
11, custom paint jobs.
Yeah,
Shut up.
Yeah. Who wrote this? We need to have the guy on.
Aftermarket heated grips. You can kiss my ass. I've ridden heated grips to Alaska and back. I love them. Colored aftermarket headlights.
Yeah.
Okay.
If it fits. Oh, well.
LED body glow lights.
Again, to each their own. I mean,
Right.
you'd never catch that on one of our bikes,
right?
But I've seen some pretty good disco parties going down the Strand.
Yes, me too. I've actually seen one that the lights were going and there was a couple chicks dancing around the bike.
Yeah.
Now that's usage of lights on a bike.
Right.
So
I don't get this one. Anodized bolts.
I don't get that one.
Okay. Stretch swing arms. Who wrote this list? Shut up.
Somebody needs a
obscure license plate. I think hidden license plate.
Sometimes that's a necessity.
Right?
Yeah.
Aftermarket alarm. Now they're just being silly. Flush mount turn signals.
Wow.
Polished parts. What?
Yeah, this is just dumb. All right, never mind. Where's the red X?
That was
Where was number one?
I don't know.
They didn't have number one up. You bastards. You got us through 19 of those. Wait,
Hold
there
on.
it is. brakeless front wheel. Well, things.com.
That's blasphemy.
You can kiss my ass.
You suck.
That is complete and utter blasphemy. No
you
front
can't
brake.
ride.
I'm telling you right now, if choppers were supposed to have a front brake, they would come with one.
That's right.
And they don't.
Hey, just because you don't trust yourself enough to ride without a front brake doesn't mean the rest of us won't.
Oh my goodness, we're a silly bunch tonight.
Can we reply to them?
No.
Absolutely not.
Quitters.
It's
Quitters
enough that
never
we
win.
went through all 20 of those and put our poor viewers through it all.
Well, actually, it was
Oh,
fun.
David Hayes, he got pulled over in Florida and they made him take the LEDs off the bike or he'd get hauled in.
That's a bunch of crap.
Hey, have I thanked my sponsor tonight?
No.
Please, I wish they were your sponsor. If Dunkin'
Dunkin's
Donuts
and
would
Marlboro?
sponsor,
Oh my gosh.
well, we
Shut
could
the
skip the
front
Marlboro.
door.
If Dunkin' Donuts would
What
sponsor
do you
my
mean
husband,
skip the
I would be
Marlboro?
forever grateful because he costs us a bloody fortune in coffee. Well, the Marlboros are gonna kill him.
Okay,
well,
look,
no,
we're,
wait a
we're
minute.
on
Send
track.
them Marlboros. No, I'm just
We're
kidding.
on track. Let's stick with it. Next in the news, Sturgis estimates rally attendance 490,000. Now,
Yeah.
this is the thing I find odd about this.
I can think of something I find on.
I would like to know if Jason
Chopper
Sims
Town.
agrees with that assessment.
Choppertown says I call bullshit. See? That's the
It's
front
like-
brake
Oh, shoot,
thing,
that
right?
was me.
Build a Dunkin' Donuts bike. Oh my God, Chad Alvarez, you are a genius. I am so in on that.
Who do we get a hold of to do that?
So,
No,
listen,
actually- hey,
you
wait a
gotta
minute, wait a
you
minute.
gotta figure,
It could
Outlet
be a
Donuts.
survey car. The coffee could be in the survey car portion.
but you gotta
Got
figure
it.
that someone at Boston Beer has to know someone at Dunkin' Donuts, right? I mean,
Billy. Oh, Billy. That'd be awesome because I like donuts.
hey, check this out. Jack Mason says if you're not doing anything, come out to the Devil's Staircase October 12th and 13th this Sunday for the
Dunkin'
AMA
Donuts?
Pro Hill Climbs. Dude,
Ooh, nice.
Jack, would you please cover that for us? Take a couple pictures, write a quick paragraph, man. I would love to have
Where's
that.
the Devil's Staircase? Is it within driving distance?
For us.
No. Well, I'm going to be here. I could go.
No, it's not driving distance from
Oh.
Pennsylvania.
I tried. Jason Sims says no comment on the Sturgis article.
Free coffee and donuts for life, right on. All right, back to the news. We're getting off track here. So, what I was saying about the
Did you
Sturgis.
just meet us?
Sturgis estimates rally attendance at 490,000. Now, here's the problem with this.
Squirrel.
There goes a squirrel. When we were at the rally this year, they were talking about it's easily 700,000
Yeah.
people. We can
Funny
tell
how
by
that
the
works,
amount
right?
of garbage that's getting hauled out. Then 3 months later, they come up with 490,000.
Yeah. 3 months later, too, like you
Dude,
said.
really? Come
Well,
on now.
I was talking to somebody the other day about this actually, and they said that the amount of garbage they haul out, they actually do it by weight. And with all the rain that happened in Sturgis,
Oh, yeah, triple.
they
it.
were weighing
Yeah.
wet garbage.
Hey, listen.
So there's no way.
You don't have to tell me and Mark the tricks of the trade for weighing the scale. Like you don't. I'm not suggesting anything, but
I know nothing about any of those shenanigans, and that's the truth.
I
Actually.
think the rainwater has to be factored in. Anyway, getting back to the story for a minute. So the thing about it is,
It's
the
bullshit.
total impact to the state of the 490,000 people was about $720,600. In a state like South Dakota, that's monstrously important to their economy.
Oh, it's
because
huge.
that's probably 92% of their annual revenue. So
And yet to be shorted that question, you know what I mean? The attendance overall. But then, you know, I mean, I guess they got to butter it up somewhere. How else are they going to do
So
it?
a lot of stuff that they're talking about in this, and this is from the Black Hills Pioneer. They're actually talking about a Journey to Sturgis app that will allow rally goers to use a GPS locator feature in the app to let people know where they are on their trip to Sturgis. You know, part of the reason for me to go to Sturgis is for people to not know where I am, but I'm, you know, maybe
Who? You?
maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me. All right, moving on. Hundreds of motorcycle lead funeral procession for 12-year-old hit and run victim.
What makes fall such a beautiful season? Is it the Christmas?
Your ad will not be played on this show. So,
Thought, nice try, though.
Lebanon, Missouri, nearly 1 week after she was hit on Highway 5 in Lebanon, 12-year-old Jaleel Luke was laid to rest Friday. Jaleel playing in the yard with her cousins when she ran out onto the highway to catch a loose ball. Hundreds of motorcyclists came to her funeral, leading the procession Haum and How Funeral Home in Lebanon to the cemetery. The bikers traveled to Lebanon from all over the state, including towns like... Or did you set me up with this, Heather?
What?
This is a see what you can get Chris to screw up. Niangua, Marshallfield, Hartfield, and even St. Joseph. The movement was led by the Guardians of the Children. The group's vice president, who goes by Hardtail, said that they were told Jaleel loved motorcycles. There were 300 bikes in the procession. Good for everyone.
Right.
I think that's so awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Just that shows. Everybody always says that motorcyclists are the most generous and caring group as a whole, and I just think that adds to that statement.
Yeah, most definitely. In most cases,
wow, look at that.
Go out of their way.
Jamie Robertson said that I rode on that.
Oh, no shit.
Over 300 bikes. Right on.
That's awesome.
Good for you, man.
Good for you, Jamie. That's killer.
Take time out of, even if you're doing nothing, to take your time out to go support that girl's family.
Absolutely.
That's pretty awesome.
So, wow, I cannot believe, look, I'm scrolling through the chat.
Yeah, I can't keep up with it.
It's
I'm
ridiculous.
failing epically at my job.
Jack Mason, yes, it is. Come and check out Mason
Oregonia,
Racing.
Ohio.
Mason Racing. Is that the guys from... Oh, dude, what's
He's
up?
a little slow, Jack.
I'm sorry.
A little slow.
That's not funny.
Well, sometimes the truth hurts.
We're going to come back to that later.
Did we ever thank our sponsors?
We did.
Did we?
Yeah, but we could do it again.
Don't lie to me.
Just so you guys know, we're coming to you live this Sunday and every Sunday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time from the Russ Brown Motorcycle Attorney Studio. Russ Brown, fantastic people, sponsoring events and rallies across the country. They take care of us here every week, making sure that we bring this program to you. Not just them. If you look in the bottom corner as the show goes on, we have a lot of sponsors from Choppertown and Buffalo Chip and Hot Leathers that make sure that they share this program to get Shop Talk out to you.
Choppertown. That's cool. Choppertown.
How about that?
Yeah.
How about Choppertown? Did you see how this is how cool it is?
It's made a difference.
We've learned stuff in like 2 seconds from them, right?
Yep.
We were searching through some of their stuff, and if you guys haven't checked out Choppertown, it's so much more than just the site of the original movie, Choppertown the Sinners. Right. Man, they got all these great shows and other hosts on, like Jackie Van Ham is on there, and Charlie Brechtel's on there, Gina Woods with Open Road Radio, but all these individual shows.
It's really a
Drew
great
Woodford,
network.
Chris, do you still wait?
Oh,
Stop the presses.
Stop.
Drew Woodford says, Chris, do you still need an air shifter?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Hell is a.
You holding, man? What's up?
So let me tell you, Drew, how important Sturgis is to him. He said that how important Bonneville is, excuse me. He said he would cancel his Sturgis trip next year if it meant it would interfere with Bonneville. So if you have an air shifter, please, because I kind of dig Sturgis.
Oh, my God.
What?
Debbie is here,
Debbie.
Mark.
Oh, my God.
Your buddy Russ got shot in the face today at the gun range. Is that a joke?
Oh, my God. No, definitely not a joke. My phone would have rang from the gun range. I'd have to go pick him up.
Debbie Salicki. Hey, guys, Debbie here. Your buddy Russ got shot in the face today at the gun range.
That's probably Russ on. I don't have my phone. I left my phone at home.
Oh.
So if by chance,
That's a cruel joke.
if by chance Dana's on or my dad's on, press the button on my phone that's probably laying on the dining room table, and if there's a message from Russ or Debbie that says that, call me, because that's going to be an issue.
All right, so one more piece in the news before we move on to our first guest. This in from Wrench List, Distinguished Gentleman's Ride 2019 report. I want to put this out here before we even get into this. Anyone who knows anyone or has a connection with the Distinguished Gentleman's Ride, we would love to have somebody on this show from that organization.
It actually was started in Australia, which I believe is where the founder is. But that doesn't mean we can't reach him. We have people, but we're going to try. So if you know, send him our way. We'd love to have him on here. But the synopsis of this, can I take over for a second?
Yes, please.
I'm sorry.
This was your deal.
For 2019, Distinguished Gentleman Ride, which if you don't know, goes to fund prostate cancer research and just men's mental health in general. So this year in 2019, the event raised $5.5 million with an overall Distinguished Gentleman Ride raising $23 million. over the course of
That's huge.
Right
the
on.
establishment. Which
now that's not saying to anybody, if you raise $1, that's fantastic. But that kind of money is something. Boy, that's something to be proud of.
And what's amazing is it's not just one country. It's
right.
And like
it's
here,
everywhere.
it's 700 cities, 102 countries, and more than 130,000 people.
Yeah,
what are you
that's-
doing?
That's nuts.
I'm talking about something serious here.
I know. I just wanted to get you back for giving me that tongue twister press release.
Suck it up, Buttercup.
Okay, moving
He's
on.
Such a baby.
Moving on.
Anyway, so, and like, be nice. Someday this could save your life.
Yep.
You are a man. You do. Never mind.
Wow.
I do what?
Have a penis that you may need saving. I was going to say something a little different, but
Peppy?
we'll just move on.
She touched my Peppy.
She touched my peppy, Steve. No, listen,
that's
man.
a great thing that they do. The money, the
Yep.
awareness.
Debbie, it really happened.
No shit.
Yep.
Claus thinks he has an air shifter for you.
Nice. Santa Claus. And it's coming from Santa Claus. I'm getting something from Santa Claus.
I'm totally lost right now.
Listen, I was making light of the whole thing with Distinguished Gentleman's Ride only because my wife is personally affected by this like you can't believe. The last time we talked about it on the show, it brought her to tears. It's a very, very serious thing. It's fantastic work that everyone is doing in the name of this cause. I commend you all and would love to have someone on this show to properly give you the credit for fronting this whole deal.
Yeah, I think just
you.
the awareness, the money, the everything that's going on there is just, it's huge. I mean, they push everything for breast cancer, which is, my mother and my sister,
Right.
I know a ton of girls and friends that have had it, but this is serious for the guys here, so.
All right.
update.
Sorry for another personal update, but Debbie says it grazed his face and his cheekbone is swollen an inch or so further, and it could have been deadly.
Well, my God.
Well, thank God. Russ, Debbie, tell Russ
he's in our prayers.
He's in our prayers, and we
Tell
hope for a
Russ I'm
speedy
punching him in the
recovery.
mouth.
Oh, Mark, be nice for a minute.
No, that's. I mean, I just lost one friend. A good friend has just passed away here. Me and Ken have been going through Stinger. We've known 30 years. I've ridden with him. Been a great friend, and so to have Russ.
We want to actually take a little minute tonight,
Yeah.
and have a moment for Stinger and in memory of Stinger because
Good
that
friend.
was a rough one.
Yeah, poor Kenny had to leave for vacation shortly after we found out that he had passed away. But there's another, another awareness thing. The guy dies of a cancer that is, it's rare, but, it's something that could have been checked and could have been found and, thought they had it, and then he withered to nothing shortly after. So it's a shame. Peace, Steve. Love you.
Right on, man. So we're gonna jump here for just a minute. We're gonna take 2 seconds and do a little bit of business for the show. When we come back, we're gonna get to our first guest of the hour. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with Shop Talk.
For more information on the products listed in this video, click on the link in the description area below. Feel free to call us with any questions or place an order at 800-969-7501. Don't forget to smash that like.
My name is Dan Collins, and you're in Ventura, California at Old Gold Garage Company. And this is my little hot rod shop. I opened the place about 3 years ago, and I do mostly hot rods, early Ford stuff, 20s, 30s, 40s, but some custom stuff also. Been doing a lot more custom bike stuff lately too, which I've been doing a lot, pretty much all of it since I was pretty young, almost 20 years now. Started with tattooing and hot rods and customs when I was 16 years old, basically. I just got into it right away, as soon as I could, And I was interested in bikes and cars before I was old enough to drive, but when in California, you get your driver's license when you're 16. So that's like, I knew I was going to be getting my driver's license, and I knew I was going to be able to get a car. So, when I was like 14, I started saving up my money to do that, and so ever since then, I've been pretty much obsessed with cars and bikes. And but only recently I started doing it for other people. It's been just a hobby for most of my life.
Right on, man. So Flakes and Flames, just one example of the kind of programming you can find on Choppertown, and
that's some cool shit right there.
Right?
Yeah.
Like we were telling you guys, man, it's way more. Get over there and check it out.
Yeah, it's like a community, online community kind of thing. It's sort of nuts. You can find it. Love that.
I couldn't believe how many people, as soon as we put that press release out last week, were like, "Oh my God, you guys are on Choppertown." I was like, okay, you know about Choppertown too? And I guess so with 2.5 million, there's going to be a couple people we know there.
Yeah.
So our next guest, Heather.
Sorry, I was coughing. I shut my mic off. Is Miss Chris Summer Simmons. She's an avid motorcyclist, a former publisher, cannonballer. She just completed the Chase. And like I said before, an all-around good human being. She's a joy to be around. She's got a beautiful spirit and great energy, and we get to talk to her.
Yeah, she's seriously involved.
All right, let's go to the phone line, see if we can get Chris on. Hey there. Hello.
Oh, here she is.
Sorry about that. It's going like it normally does. Wrong chord, wrong place,
I thought it was me.
No, so listen, man, it's so great to have you on. It seems like forever since we got to catch up.
Yeah, it's been a while. I mean, I see you guys because I watch your show. Love your show. I'm always kind of lurking around there, listening and checking it out.
I appreciate it too. You have led an extraordinary life. I got to tell you, man. Like I watch in awe. I watch your posts and I watch the things that you do, and I've been a big fan of your history for quite some time. But it's
Thank you.
Really awesome.
I'm living it. I live every day. It's kind of the mantra around here.
Yeah, you do. You've done all kinds of great things in your life. That's the cool thing. Like you have such a story you can tell people.
Well, thank you. I'm still doing it.
That's what I was just going to say. It doesn't seem like it's slowing down any.
Yeah, that's what my husband said.
Listen, speaking of your husband, I got to tell you, like, while you were announcing the, you had put a post up about the award that you got. Was it from Chase or from Cannonball? But it was something about your position in the event as a woman, and he made the comment of, why couldn't you just get it for being a rider? Why?
Yeah, it's kind of I'm very. Don't get me wrong. I'm so grateful and humbled and honored to represent women riders, especially in the antique world, because there are very few of us. But it's one thing riding motorcycles. It's not like girls do it any different than men do it. I mean,
right?
Same song.
Hey, we're on the same level field here, so. I was honored to get a woman's award, but you know what? I wanted to win the big award,
Right, yeah, because I'll tell you, more than just women appreciate what you do. I mean, like I said, I think you're awesome, and all the stuff you've done in your life is fantastic. So, and woman's award doesn't do anything for me.
So tell us a little bit about your history. Like, How old when you started riding? Were you when you started riding? What was your first bike? And like,
I rode on the back with my stepfather in his Honda when I was like 9 or 10 in like 1967.
Wow.
And so I remember, I mean, that was when I could still remember how it felt.
Yeah.
And I could remember, like, hearing that bike, and he'd pull it out, and I'd be like, my mom would be trying to get on the bike, and I'd be pushing her away. So he would take me everywhere. And then my neighbor on the corner, when I was about 13, had a Sportster, and I remember hearing that sound. When that guy fired that bike up, I ran out of the house. I'm like, what is that? So I kind of been hooked forever, and I rode dirt bikes. I had a little Yamaha Twin Jet 100 when I was in high school, and I rode that thing before I even had a driver's license. I was riding, the cops chasing me down the alleys, I ride down the railroad tracks, and racing the guys, and just kind of like I was kind of like a little hooligan before even anybody knew what that word was.
Right.
But so that's how I started. Then I met my first husband when I was in high school. He would come and pick me up on his shovel head.
Oh,
we
right on.
worked together for many years, 13 years, and kind of mentored me, and we built a lot of bikes together and did a lot of riding around the country and stuff like that. That's really my background, and I started the magazine, Harley Women Magazine, in 1985. That was kind of like, reading the magazines. I was delivering mail. I was a mail lady for 10 years, and I had all these, like, bike shops on my route, and I would see all these magazines, and there was really nothing for me, I mean, I like to, some of this stuff, the technical stuff was too much. The cycle world, whatever, So my friend Joe and I, my girlfriend and I, decided to start a magazine.
that's awesome.
Now this is kind of where I start paying attention to your story and stuff, because years later I would have a lady work with us that wrote for us that had worked for you guys along the way. But what I want to talk about for a minute there is, so the name of the publication was Harley Women. And from what I understand, you guys licensed that name from Harley Davidson for $1 for the lifetime of what you want to do with it.
It was a pretty sweet deal. Yeah. I mean, we only got an appointment with them because my friend Joe Vanoni, worked at the parts department of the Harley shop in Villa Park, Illinois, and so she knew who to get to talk to. And we went up there with our little storyboard, and our little 20-page first issue. And we got an interview and got a meeting, and we went to the Juneau Avenue, and we walked in there, and they looked at us like we were a little crazy. But they said, you know what, you girls are onto something here, and they licensed us. They supported us. They bought full-page ads from us. We started
awesome.
Yeah, good for you.
Oh man, it was crazy. We started getting attention from all the media. We had Liz Taylor on our cover and Malcolm Forbes, and so they actually sent us to media school, too, to learn how to do interviews.
Yeah.
Wow.
Did they really?
That's cool.
Yeah, I am Harley media trained.
Right on.
Wow.
Did
Man,
it
you
help?
should teach us.
Did it help? I don't know.
I don't know. I'm still trying to figure it out. But, they were so wonderful to us to see, that we encourage other women to ride. Because if women are funny. They'll see other women. They'll size them up. Yeah, she can do it.
Right.
And that's still how it is in the industry. I see it all the time.
And go back again for 1 second and talk about that. So what year was that we're talking about? The beginning of Harley?
85.
85. Much different climate
God.
for women riding motorcycles than you see today.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the motor maids were around, bless their hearts. They've been around, since forever, since the 40s. And women in the they were around since, I think, 79. I met Becky Brown in 79. And been friends ever since. So, I mean, we've always been here. I mean, look at my book, The American Motorcycle Girls. Shameless plug. But we've been here forever.
Get them in
it's
there.
Just media, and the whole industry really didn't see it. And people go, oh, the industry doesn't see us. Well, man, let me tell you what. They do see you because they didn't get to see it at all. So we've come a long way, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely.
Where did the love for antique motorcycles come in?
Aha. My husband, who I met in Sturgis in 1989 at the rally, he was there.
I love that
playing
story, by the way.
Harley. It's such a just romantic motorcycle story, isn't it? I mean,
It really is. You feel free to tell it because it's a great story.
Yeah, I mean, we met, at a press conference, and I wasn't even going to go. I mean, we're hawking T-shirts and magazines, and Main Street, till 2 in the morning. And, some of my friends from Harley said, hey, why don't you come to the Doobie Brothers press conference? I'm like, yeah, whatever. He goes, we're going to have really good food there. And I'm like,
Yes.
okay, what time should we show up?
So things
For real.
have not changed. Yeah.
Yeah, it's always about the food,
Yeah.
of course.
Right. And
But I met
what we do,
he was
yes.
he was so kind and sweet. We just kind of hit it off. We just talked about motorcycles. And the tour bus, they were on their bus, and they'd never been to Sturgis. And they didn't even know. This is in Rapid City at the Alex Johnson Hotel. And they didn't even know how to get there. And we're like, well, you can follow us. And they're like, well, don't you want to jump on the tour bus with us, with all the Harley executives? We're like, hell no, I'm not leaving my bike here.
Yeah, we're riding.
So,
Don't you want to get on my bike?
Well, he did later. But Joe and I got, we led them into Sturgis, and they parked the bus, and Pat and I walked around, we kicked tires, and we just talked about motorcycles. And it was just he was such a cool guy, and I'd been divorced for a while, and I was married to my work and to my magazine. I had my 2 kids, Josh and Lindsay, were little. So I was a very busy person. I really didn't have time for, dating and all that kind of, But we just hit it off. We became really good friends. And he came to see me, in Chicago. He had a day off. He flew in a couple weeks later, and we've been together ever since. So
Great story.
That's awesome.
So listen,
he had bikes. He had a shop in the 70s. He's a bigger bike nut than I. All we do is talk about motorcycles all day. We're such nerds. It's like our kids look at us like we're from another land, But so he had a bunch of old bikes. He had a shop, and he had closed in the early '80s in Santa Cruz. And he would go to a town, and he would pick up a paper and look for an old bike, and he'd throw it on the truck with all the gear.
Yeah.
So that's
great.
how he used to collect his bikes. So when I met him, I was like, it wasn't too long before we moved in together, and then the rest is history. But I was like, hey, there's a 34 Harley. Can I have that? Can I try to get that thing running? It's been sitting for years. He's like, sure, take it. So I didn't have a title. I took it down to the DMV in the truck and told the guy my grandpa gave it to me. But really, but that bike is the one I just rode on the Chase. That's a buddy.
No kidding.
That's cool.
Way back in the day, Pat had made a deal, and this is a funny story. I'll tell you really quick. We went to meet Bud, and Bud had a bunch of bikes for sale, and he's like, well, I got that orange Flying Merkle over there. I got that 34 VL. That he goes, they're both $6,000. Which one do you want? Take it. And Pat's like, I don't really like that Merkle. It's an ugly color, whatever. Good deal, Pat.
$6,000 for
Anyway.
a Merkle. Holy crap.
Yeah, I know. It's
Right.
okay. It got away. But, we laugh about it. But we love all our bikes. It doesn't matter. Really, they're all little personalities to us.
Do you have a favorite?
Yeah. Well, Effie, I can't say it too loud because I just rode Buddy on the Chase. But Effie, is my 15. I've ridden that one. 3 cannonballs on that bike.
Yeah.
I think, yeah. And another ride from Sturgis to Milwaukee. But that's my favorite because that's the one I learned on. That's the one I thought, oh my God, how can I ever learn how to ride this bike? Because the foot clutch and the hand shift is not the same.
Yeah.
Double
Not
head or any
forgiving.
kind of. No. And there's a lot going on. And, it's really, I'm a little dyslexic, so it took me a while. I had to move the front brake over. But I love all of them, like I said.
So I have to tell you a story for a second. I don't know if I ever said this in front of you, but your husband is one of my favorite people to talk to. We've been together a few times and talk motorcycle stuff, and he's just really easy to hang out with and talk to, And it had been 4 or 5 times, I think, that I'd been around him and spent time with him at the Limp Mickey lot and different things, and we were in Sturgis, and I saw him somewhere, saw you guys, I think at the museum or something, and he was like, hey man, we're playing at the Buffalo Chip, why don't you stop by, I'll leave some tickets for you. And I had never, I have other friends of mine that are motorcycle friends that play in bands and stuff, and I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. I found myself at the Buffalo Chip that night, and the guitar starts playing, and I looked at Heather, and I was like, oh my God, Pat is a Doobie Brother.
No way.
It just never hit me before when he came out on stage. I was like, oh my God. And he was 10 feet tall, bigger than life. And wow.
That's so funny.
He's just Pat around here, He's Baba, our grandson. But, and I haven't, to be honest with you, I've only seen him for 2 days in the last month. Because he didn't come on stage. I saw him after the chase, but I tell you what, I was so sick. I stopped in Phoenix. He had 2 days off, and I was sick after the chase, during the chase, and he just fed me, and I slept for like 11 hours a day, and then I came home.
And it was
So
your
he's actually
anniversary too,
home.
right?
It was. It was our 25th wedding anniversary,
Oh.
our 30th of meeting in Sturgis in '89. So, yeah. So it's cool, and I'm going to see him tomorrow. I'm really excited.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Now,
Better.
tell me, you said you've done 3 cannonballs and you've just completed the
Well,
chase.
4.
4
I
cannonballs.
did 4. Yeah, I did one on Buddy in 2014, the 34 that I just rode on the chase.
Okay, so now you need to tell me your favorite and least favorite things about each one. About the cannonball.
I love the Cannonball. As you know, I did the first one, and it was so epic. And the people. I mean, it's as much about the bikes as it is the people. I just love everyone. I mean, everyone that you end up meeting all these new friends, and they become family immediately. And it's like, it's what keeps me coming back. I mean, I'm like, God, my body's beat up, you know? But it's like, it's hard for me to stay home because I love everyone so much. And I just
Funny
wanna
how
be
that works.
Yeah, it is. I know. It's already, I'm like, I've been off my bike for about 2 weeks, you know, and I'm just told my son this morning, God, I miss my bike, you know, and it's not even back yet. It's not even in California yet. But, you know, so it just becomes a part of you. And the hardest part is, you know, the weather for me. I'm not a really hot weather person. That one just beat the crap out of me this year, you know, riding in the heat every day, and I was sick, and you know, I was kind of a whining little witch every day, but whatever.
Well, and I mean, you went from extreme heat to cold and rainy, and I mean, and you live in Hawaii, correct? You're just not used to that.
Yeah, I'm more of a Northern California girl, you know. I'm not in Hawaii as much. I mean, kind of both. You know, I really don't like the hot weather. But it's really hard when you're on an old bike because it runs so hot, too.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Like, it's crazy hot, you know, and people don't realize it, and they come up to you, and you're like, don't touch the bike, you know. But, you know, and then the thing that you, like I said, like you don't like about it is the weather, and, you know, if you don't feel good, you got to ride anyway, which, whatever, you know. I mean, I knew that it was only going to be 10 days, and then I'd be okay, so.
So Barclay Smashy wants to know how it was going over the Mackinac Bridge.
You know, I was a little worried about the bridge because everybody was, like, making a big deal out of the bridge. The bridge was cool because it wasn't windy. When it's windy, the wind comes up through the grate.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's like 5 miles long. And we were on the paved side. It was raining, I will say. And I didn't really like it that much. But we had to get on the grate part for a little bit. The right-hand lane is paved. The middle lanes are graded.
Oh.
And being graded in the rain kind of sucked a little bit.
Yeah. A
But,
little slippery.
you know, once you do it, you're like, hey, woo, you know, that was cool. Let's move on. You
Yeah,
know,
but I
something new.
can remember my first time riding that too. Like when you're riding up to it, it looks like it's 1,000,000 miles in the sky and 1,000,000 miles long. I mean, it's big and intimidating. Yeah.
Now, were
And
tractors
I don't like heights. You know,
were
I don't like
tractors crossing it at the same time as you?
They were coming the other direction.
That's what like antique tractors, right?
Yeah, it was so weird. And they're all wearing raincoats, pouring rain. They're all coming the other way, and they're all like one lady's riding the pink one, and all these different. They're all waving at them. And it was
So it was the
bizarre.
tractor version of the cannonball. It sounds like.
Totally, yeah. But we were going all the way to Key West. I think they were just going over the bridge. Yeah. So.
Oh man. So I also noticed, and knowing you're very hands-on with your motorcycles as far as getting them ready and maintaining them. Do you enjoy that, or do you just
I
feel
love
it's
it.
part of?
No, it's part of it. I love it. I'm never one of those ones to just go in my room, and even when my mechanic, Rob, hi Rob, I love you, dude. Even when my mechanic's with me, I got to be out there. I got to do my own maintenance, you know. I mean, this ride, I went out to Rob's, the retro cycle, at least 3 or 4 times. And man, that dude was working me. I pull a whole motor out. He's like, don't take that off, put that off. And and then I'm bead blasting everything, and I helped him rewire it. So he wanted me to learn stuff, so if something happened, I would know what to do. But thank goodness, Rob and Ryan, those guys are so good. Really, all I had to do was adjust chains, and I know how to do all the chains and all that stuff. But I was riding with Matt Miller and Bill Page, wonderful guys, and John Bartman, and they're like, you can take 2 hours to do your chain. We can do it in 10 minutes. Let's just get your chains done. Because I helped them navigate. So, see, I had skills to trade. So we rode together. And, Matt hadn't never done the ride before. And he had to learn how to do the roll chart. And he did great. And he was fun to ride with, So I had one thing happened the first day. My throttle came off in my hand.
Oh,
Oh, hey, when that
Kind of
happens.
scary. Are you still there?
yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
Can you
okay.
Can you
now?
hear us,
How about now?
Chris?
Hello.
Yes. Hello.
Can you hear us?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I couldn't hear you for a minute. You're gone. I was just doing a monologue.
Oh, Chris. Jason wants to know if you want to take a quick quiz question.
Oh, boy.
Tell Jason to stick it up his. No, no, the quiz was pretty. I did pretty good on the quiz. I think Jason was a little surprised because the first day he goes, "Hey, you got the second highest on the quiz." I'm like, "I did?" You know. So the quiz, I wasn't really worried about it. I kind of blew it at the end. I was like in first place in my class for a while, but the quiz was cool. I liked it. It was fun. It
And
made
you-
you think and it made you look around. You know.
You had to answer 10 questions a day, and it was about old motorcycles and the route, correct?
Yeah, it'd be like, what bridge did you cross today? What kind of bridge was it? I'm like, I don't know what kind of bridge that was. You know?
It was a bridge over water.
So it made you look outside and not just tunnel vision at your road chart. So you may have to look around a little more. Like I ended up like counting how many railroad crossings we went over one day because it was so boring and there were so many. There were like 19, and I knew it was going to be on the quiz the next day, and there it was. So, that's why I did so well. I mean, I only missed a couple where I would have taken first in my class, which I was stoked to do, but it's okay. I'm happy to finish, you know.
It sounds like an amazing trip. Between that and the cannonball, are you planning on doing the cannonball next year?
Oh, you know. Ask me in January. I'm signed up. You know, I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe it's time to pass the torch or some younger women who want to come up and
Till like
do
3
it.
days before the race, and you're like, oh, my God,
I'm going.
I have to go.
I'm terrible. You know, like in 2012, I didn't ride, but Harley flew me in to do a talk with the museum when they came through, and I just ran away with the circus. I told Pat, I'm going along. They need help with the sweep truck.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So I did. I went up and helped.
So now, Josh, your son is watching. Did he go on the chase with you?
No, but he's a member of the team.
Oh,
Josh
he's a member
does
of
all
the team.
weather. He's a weatherman, an amateur meteorologist. So he would tell us our weather, and he'd say, "Mom, you know, I hate to tell you this, but it's going to rain tomorrow. You know, bring your this and that." And the hard thing about the chase is you don't have all your different gear. Like on the Cannonball, I'll bring 3 different pairs of boots. I'll bring different coats. And, you know, that's what's cool about the chase. Everything is on your bike. You know, it's like what we used to do, you know, in the 70s.
Oh, yeah, hit it and run.
You know, I just go, and if something happens, you deal with it. You know, and it was cool because everybody was hanging in the parking lots, and eating pizza and drinking beer, and there weren't all the crews and the generators going. And I mean, that's cool too. I love the Cannonball. Don't get me wrong, but there's just something about the chase that's really special.
The chase is almost like how it used to be. I mean, I can't count how many times
Roger.
you went for a ride and ended up 6 hours away,
Yeah.
staying overnight and back. But nobody had bags back then. You know, you're lucky if you had bags. You're lucky if you had a front fender.
Oh, yeah.
So
We had some guy break down one time, like a couple hundred miles. We pegged him all the way home, 200
Yeah.
miles.
Nice.
Yep.
Back road. I mean, that's what it used to be. That's what's so cool about the chase, and I would encourage anybody that, go do it. You know, go and ride that thing. That's what they're meant for.
So listen, before we cut you loose, I have a question for you. After everything that you've been through, all your accomplishments, everywhere you've gone in motorcycling, I know what it's like at the beginning of a magazine and the craziness, and Mark and I especially, we from the guts of it, from the ground up, basically just doing it because we'd get into the party and stuff. Can you imagine going back to yourself at that age in that moment and saying, look, just stick with it. It's going to be you can't believe where it's going to go.
I'd have punched me in the mouth.
Yeah, I mean, I look back at it, I'm like, what the hell were you thinking? I didn't even go to college, dude. I was always, love photography, and I used to,
I went to a lot of colleges. I didn't personally go, but I went to a lot of colleges.
Yeah, really. I mean, I used to go there for the concerts.
Right.
But I think you just follow your heart. I mean, I was broke. I was dirt poor. I didn't care. I was doing what I loved to do, and
That's it. You lived it.
I loved, exactly. And I think that you can still do that. I mean, you guys look at you guys, man. You're freaking cranking out. You're cranking that thing out every 30 days. I can't even imagine what that's like.
Nobody's more surprised than us.
Definition of insanity.
So we'll go to print this Wednesday, and the following Tuesday the magazines will be delivered, and we both pick it up and go, wow.
You know, and that's
Pretty
like
cool.
what you're saying about it's a part of your life. It's not something
Yeah.
that you do. It is your life.
Yep.
You do it because it's
I
who
couldn't
you are.
not do it.
Yeah, right.
Right.
I
right.
couldn't not do it.
When I
mean,
try not to be
try my
involved,
best.
I'm still involved.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't. It's like me. I still write for people. You know, I don't write as much as I should be. I should be doing more, and I want to. I'm just kind of like, okay, one thing at a time. I'm trying to be grandma right now.
Right?
So,
And your grandson is beautiful.
yeah, he was watching football with me today. I was teaching him stuff.
Right on. That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, if you ever are looking for a platform, just let Chris or I know. We'll
Oh,
give you
yeah.
some space. We'd be more than happy to. We'd be
Okay,
honored
cool.
to have you write for us every now and then. Man, I could talk to you all day. I could.
We will talk again. I will see you again.
Yes, we will see you again. Chris, I can't thank you enough for coming
Well,
on.
and do us a favor too. Tell everybody where they can
Oh, yeah.
where they can keep up with you and what you're doing next. Because, like I said, one of my simple pleasures in the day is scrolling through and seeing what you're up to. So tell people where to go check you out.
Yeah, I'm on Facebook, Chris Summer Simmons, or I'm Chris Simmons 89 on Instagram. And I'm just kind of, I show up at the rallies. I hang out with Gloria all the time. Gloria Struck's one of my best friends. She's 94, so I feel like I'm sometimes wanting to slow down. She looks at me and goes, "What, are you kidding? What are you talking about?"
She's a pip. I love her.
Yes, she is.
Oh,
I
yeah.
love Gloria.
Yeah, I love Lori and Gloria, my best friends. So,
Right on.
pretty awesome. Yeah.
Well, we
thank
keep
you
good
guys.
company.
No, listen,
We sure
thank you.
do.
Thank you for everything. Thanks for constantly being an inspiration to journalists and writers and everything that you do. And you can now share that story with Pat that I was like, oh my God, Pat's a Doobie Brother.
Yeah, sometimes I forget when he's out shoveling horse poop and stuff. He just likes to be. He's just such a normal
just
guy.
Pat.
Oh, I know. That's what I mean. Like he's so
Yeah.
you can get into a conversation with him about motorcycles and it's so comfortable. You know, like I never really paid attention, I guess.
We talk about motorcycles every day.
Oh, it's awesome.
Every day. And it's weird, but it's who we are, and that's how we met. And it's, it's
Josh says I forget a lot.
Dad is
just dad. That's awesome.
yeah, it's
Well,
true. He's just bad.
That was my first concert.
Yeah,
Of all the
no
concerts
kidding.
and the shows that I've worked and all the stuff, Doobie Brothers, if I'm not mistaken, it was my first concert I ever went to.
Yeah.
So,
Very
They're
cool.
great, and they're still having a 50th year next year.
Yeah.
50th
Wow.
anniversary.
That's great.
Yeah, and they're still playing. They're
just made me
they're
feel
kicking
really
it.
We'll have to get him on the show and do
Yeah,
a
that'd
write
be
up in the
great.
magazine
Yeah,
too.
he'd love it. He'd do it. He's going to be home for a month, so give him
Right
something to
on.
do.
keep
All right.
from shoveling poop.
Well, listen, thanks for coming on tonight. I
Hey.
really appreciate it, and we'll see you out on the road.
Thanks. Have a great night. Thanks, all
Be
you
safe,
Cannonball
Chris.
family out there. Okay, you too. Bye.
Bye bye.
She's so awesome.
Right?
Yeah, that could have went on for like 2 hours.
I know you can. You can talk to her
And
forever.
it really doesn't look like the people watching from social media would
They
care
didn't mind,
if
yeah.
it went any longer. Yeah.
So and I just have to say, like, if any of you see Chris out there, she is so approachable and just so kind. Please don't hesitate to say. She may
She's-
kick me for saying that. No, I'm just
Dude,
kidding.
listen, I
She's
gotta
just
tell you,
awesome.
she's like my bad friend from high school. You know, like we were in Sturgis this year, and we were at another magazine's event, and I won't name the magazine or say any of the shit that we talked, but she walked up to me and she goes, "So, what do you think about this?" And I was like, "I don't know. I really haven't thought about it." She said, "It's kind of weird, right?" And then we
great.
just sat there and talked shit. It was awesome.
I have to say that one picture of her and Pat where she was like up
Oh,
near his
yeah,
cheek.
yeah.
That is such a beautiful picture.
Of both of them, right?
It is. It's
Yeah.
such a beautiful picture. I don't know who took it, but it's amazing.
So now,
Steve Broyles did a fireworks show in Petoskey, Mission at Castle Farms behind the Doobie Brothers. Was that on purpose, Steve? Like, did they want you to do that?
you're
Or
just trying to piss somebody off because that's what I would have done.
Right.
oh man,
Poppy Broyles working pyro. That shit makes me
you have
nervous.
to give Poppy an extra big hug and a smooch for me.
I will.
Hey, wait a minute. Are you going to be in Daytona?
Oh, a bunch of us are making the trip right from Tennessee to the other next big event that we're going to.
Is
Let me put a
Chopper
graphic
Time.
up for that real quick. It's Chopper Time.
The world's greatest chopper show on Earth.
Best show of the year,
Yep.
Yup.
hands down.
Going on at Tropical Tattoo on Thursday, just like it does every bike week and Biketoberfest. Steve Burrell says yes on key.
Oh.
I think that's to the fireworks. Then he says yes. I think that's about Jesus.
We
Hey,
have to
we're
start
just firing
numbering
them
the
away.
questions for Steve.
Right.
So.
All right. So we're going to take 2 seconds here and do some business for the show. When we come back, we're going to get to our final guest of the evening. You don't want to miss that. Austin Andrella, who is one of our in-motion builders this year in Galveston, Texas during the Lone Star Rally. But 2 minutes, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with Shop.
What's up, guys? Trevor Reese, Maxima Racing Oils. We're out here at Texplex today. We've got the whole crew from Tucker out here. We're celebrating Maxima 927 Day. We're going to be serving food, doing some cool contests. Looking forward to a fun day.
So we love us some dirt biking. Thanks to the guys from Tucker Rocky for always supporting the show. Kind of a sad.
Now I want to run dirt bikes.
Yeah, right.
Like you hear that noise, you just want to like. You're ready
Dude,
to
there's
go.
nothing like a two-stroke dirt bike. Nothing like, except I mean, a Kawasaki two-stroke dirt bike, 250. That's
okay.
what's up.
Well, let's get back. Let's get home.
Listen, real quick, I have to talk about something because it came up in the feed here. It was actually one of our regulars, Carlos Amador, is talking about a friend that a lot of our Colorado family lost today. Do you have her name? We met her while we were out there.
We met her in Fort Collins, and
In Fort
she was
Collins.
just the sweetest girl. And because you put me on the spot, I'm not going to remember it, and I
Wow.
should. Please forgive me.
She was part of the Satanic Mechanic family, and like I said earlier, one of the Colorado people that we see from time to time when we were out there, and was just killed in a motorcycle accident. Our hearts and prayers go out to Charlie and Kayla, and
all those guys.
Carlos,
Great guys.
everybody that was friends with her. I know this kind of loss, especially Charlie and Kayla, super close to Jesse, and then to have this happen right after that.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It was Justin Cope's girl. I know you know Justin. We've met him numerous times, and again, I apologize that I couldn't remember her name off the top of my head, but it was Jennifer. And our
Carlos, if
prayers.
you're listening, let us know what her name is.
Yeah, he actually just
he
popped
already
in to
post
let
it?
us know he wasn't
right on.
going to be
Yeah.
here tonight, just because he's trying to help
Got it.
our Colorado family deal with that loss. So our prayers go out to Justin and his family. They had 2 boys, and that's going to just be a huge hole for everybody.
That's tough.
Absolutely, man. So with that, moving on with Shop Talk, our next guest is a longtime friend of the magazine, incredible friend of Grease and Gears Garage, has helped us with appearance after appearance, live on stage, brought us tools.
He's always there.
Really good guy, super great at teaching. During Grease and Gears Garage, the whole point is
His assistant's awesome.
to show people, to empower them, and he would actually bring people onto the stage and teach them to weld and get them involved in the show. Super proud to have him this year at our In Motion show during the Lone Star Rally. Next up on Shop Talk tonight, our guest, Austin Andrella. And
Austin Martin.
We're going to go to the phone lines and see if we can bring him up real quick.
Yo.
Yo.
What's up, Austin? You're live on Shop Talk.
What's going on?
How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Listen, I'm so excited that you can make Texas, man. This is going to be badass.
Yeah, I'm excited too.
It's going to be fun. Looking forward to it.
So,
Yes.
I mean, especially because you were one of our first, like our inaugural year of InMotion, and I was thrilled to have you there for that. But like this year's bike, dude, like the bike that you have built this year, I am a super big fan of.
All right. Yes, sir. Thank you.
It's all right.
Man, a few words there.
I was going to say, Austin, work with us here. It's a talk show.
You're killing me, Smalls. You're literally killing me,
Who was
Smalls.
it that could tell
I'm
us about
building
your
a
bike?
suspense.
Who was it you gave an
Show
award
a lot
to?
of pictures.
Tell us about your bike. It's blue. Clinton Wallace. He's the one that did that. It's blue.
Yeah, it's blue.
I built, actually, I rebuilt the first bike I ever built back in 2003. So it's a big twin Evo. I shaved the belt drive down, made the gas tank. What it was I didn't build a lot of the stuff that was on it originally. I didn't have the capability. I was like 23 years old. And
now, see, here's a good talking point for us. So explain to Heather. Now, one of my first.
You're not redoing the ticket. Shut up.
Just
no.
listen to me. I want you.
No.
So, Austin, what else you been up to?
Austin, let's move on. Move right along, Austin.
This is bullshit.
Shush your
So
mouth.
what's that?
Let Austin talk. Shut up.
I want after all these years when I did my panhead the ticket. I want to go back to it because like I noticed little
He
things that I
wants
can
to make
do.
it look like the 4 other choppers that are in the garage.
He's got good taste.
No, but the
Never
ticket is
mind.
beautiful.
Never mind.
Like
No,
seriously, random people post images of that motorcycle because it's so badass.
But there's stuff
I
I can
think,
do better.
I think what it was it was kind of dated and everything was bought from a catalog, and I pretty much just assembled it, starting, like in my mom's basement, and then finally get in the garage and da-da-da. So now being able to weld and have the capabilities to make stuff, I couldn't really show that bike and do it justice because I didn't make anything on it, I felt. So that's why I changed it all up.
You've definitely stepped up to a whole nother level from, I'm not saying that back then the stuff wasn't cool, but dude, your abilities go in so many different directions.
Right
like you can kill it, man. You can make a nice bike. You can also get yourself in a lot of trouble by going to events and doing things like going past the change you're not supposed to and disappearing like for like 2 hours. Where'd Austin go? I have not a clue.
No, it wasn't even that long. It just that was hilarious. Some random person posted a picture of that guy walking towards me with his arms out, and I'm just looking at him like I was in second grade again.
What was your line? But the chain wasn't up.
Yeah, he's like, really, dude?
I come back in like, Austin, where have you been? He said, I got in trouble.
I just got kicked out. My 10-minute tour.
Steve Broyle says it's called reclaiming.
We're fighting.
Reclaiming,
Who's
yes.
fighting?
Yeah.
Me and Steve, because he said redo it.
Right?
We're fighting,
See?
Steve.
Nope. That's it.
No cupcakes for you.
Austin, otherwise in your interview, this has been a whole little community riffraff thing going on the Facebook post stuff. It's great.
Right.
Anyway, Austin, you're coming to InMotion again for 2019. You were part of the inaugural 2017 show. You took 2018 off.
Yes.
So you're back for your second go round. Why are you coming back?
I really enjoy the show. It's kind of quaint. It's just on an island, and they pack. I've never seen so many people in my life.
It's quaint on
that
an
one
island
street.
with 400,000 people.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like that, though, you know?
Yeah.
No, but what about...
Yeah. The
Sorry.
whole vibe of it, like, it brings a lot of builders from all over, and we're all like-minded people, and we get to actually hang out during and after the show, and I don't No, the environment's really nice.
Yeah, it's a great area. You literally go from an old town city to an ocean
that's exactly what I'm
strip,
thinking.
and
Like New Orleans,
Yeah.
everything's lifted and the
Yeah.
sidewalks are 10 foot
I
wide.
love that.
You got to watch you don't actually fall off the sidewalk because you're going down. If we brought Flip, would have to bring a ladder.
And it was cool to be a part of it because I know we always talk about bikes rideability and like pushing yourself on design, but also being mechanically inclined enough to make it all work. And
listen,
that's
one
a fine line.
That's one of the things I always say about this cat, and it just proved it. Like we were in Cherokee for the Blue Ridge run. And one morning we got a bunch of the builders together and we went on a ride. And man, I'll tell you what, like not so much.
Chris and or you tried killing him that day, didn't you?
Not so much.
No. Austin did that all on his own.
Oh yeah. Not so much on the way out, but on the way back, man, we were getting it.
Chris, enough that Chris stops and he says, "Yeah, that's about as fast as you should go on a 9-foot chopper."
With no front brake. Yeah.
Yo,
I couldn't believe the way you were riding that thing with Heather on the back too. Like, I mean, not like crazy wise, but just the way it handled and everything. It was pretty awesome.
Now this is where I am going to pat him on the back. He just builds bikes that good. There was no it just was so natural and it flowed. And
that's not boastful. That's because if you build a motorcycle where I live, that you can't ride in the twisties, it's over.
It's got to be right.
Because guys here they're merciless. Like Pittsburgh people bust balls like it's an Olympic sport, dude.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
And on top of that fact, one of the fun things is when people come to visit us, they're like, "Oh, dude,
let's go for a ride."
Let's go for a ride. And like,
all right,
you might want to lighten up on that. Oh no, I'll show you how to ride. Okay. Hey, can you bring your pickup truck to get my bike up off the weeds out of there?
Austin, Ryan wants to know if you're bringing Autumn's cousin.
Cliff, I just talked to her dad, and he asked me if I wanted to get the invite going. So I don't know. It's up to them. That was another good memory.
I don't think Kiwi will not be there this year.
I think more his wife. His wife would be upset.
Oh my God! So Cliff was the one that was drunk and got into bed with Kiwi and
Holy
his wife.
Shit! He attempted to.
It's great.
Yeah, he attempted to.
So is this where Austin, you can help us shame Ryan Gora into coming?
Yeah, I thought he was coming. What the fuck?
Yeah, he bailed on us.
Dude, I want Ryan to be there so bad. I love him. I love spending time around him. Yes, sir.
So Austin and I were going back and forth and text a little bit earlier, and one of the things he said is he loves that we made the shakedown ride longer. Yeah. And it's going to be between 70 and 80 miles, I believe, if I clocked my map correctly. Austin said we should go for 100.
That'd be awesome. Hey, and every longer mile proves more, you know? I mean, in all reality, that's what these things are built for. Is to
and 100 miles. I mean, come on.
That's nothing in all reality for a little run for us.
I understand, like,
fuel capacity.
Like I said.
There's gas stations on the
island. Yeah. I think it, like I said, about some people just get a little more drastic than others, and their stuff might not be able to actually do it. But this bike I built,
that's part of the shakedown. We got to shake those guys out.
Yeah, and I don't mean it in a bad way. I'm just, I think it was a safe choice for me to build an Evo motor. So. Right. I don't know.
Okay, hang on. I need a sidebar real quick. My wife apparently said something to my new best friend on the planet that's making him upset and going to make him leave. Do you understand that this man just hooked me up with an air shifter for my Bonneville race bike? What's wrong with you? Whatever you said to him, take it back right now.
No.
Drew, I love you. Don't go anywhere.
Anyway, stop steamrolling poor Austin.
But I agree. I agree with you, Austin. I think that the riding point, and you had said, you had mentioned that some people did certain things that might not make it, but in all reality, if you can't get on that thing and ride it, it's a piece of art. And it's still a motorcycle in the whole 9 yards, but for in motion, the game is every piece of that. Yep. You need to be, and like us, like we were just saying, these bikes and how hard Chris rides that thing with Heather on it, and you know, but that's how we build those bikes, though, because we get on them, and you never know. You might wake up in California in 2 days.
Hey,
you know?
remember what we used to say when the bar closed? when we were still bouncing at the Titty Bar in Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
it was Erie for breakfast.
That's it. It was
Erie
time.
for breakfast, man, and that was a 2-hour, like 4
Holy
o'clock in the
shit.
morning, wide open,
After,
man.
after leaving the strip club, wanted to make it before it got light to eat.
Erie
in
for breakfast, and we watched the sun come up.
Yeah, over the
That
dirty
sounds
water.
so romantic.
Hey, I wasn't part of it. It was him and Mark, so yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Listen, no, it was a bunch of us, and
bunch of-
it never ended up romantic. It was
No.
a bunch of fat, smelly bastards laying on the beach at Lake Erie.
Yeah, and some ungreased stripper.
Going,
nobody
oh my
really knew her
God.
name. Yeah. And then we had to ride home.
So
Yeah.
listen, this right here makes it official. I'm going to put up the artwork. There is our second builder.
I'm excited. You're going to be at Texas. That's
second
cool as hell.
builder announced to the 2019 Lone Star Rally in Motion Invitational. Rick Bray, now Austin Andrella. We're going to fill these blocks in as we go, but man,
Then there was 2.
look, there's all kind of empty space there. All kind of empty space. Who's it going to be, man? We're going to keep adding to this thing. You guys keep watching, and we'll fill it in.
You know, we never did get to have breakfast at Glory Days, but we will.
No, we didn't.
We will in Texas.
Oh yeah.
So,
Yes.
dude,
One of our
bring
favorite
your
things in
eating
Texas.
shoes for Texas. That's all I have to tell you.
Yup.
We like to kill
That'll
the
be
food.
great.
So in Austin and the
Yes.
other, 2 million people that could potentially be watching this, Ryan Gord just committed himself to
Nice.
2020.
Nice.
All right.
So, and actually,
Hey,
maybe
we gotta-
Austin, you can come as a judge next year.
Oh,
Listen.
How's
we
that?
got-
That'd be great.
We got some really killer guys that are committing early for 2020 too. By the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got time now.
Yep.
Yeah, we've got some heavy hitters for 2020 that have committed. So it's going to be interesting.
I mean, not like you're not
Cool.
a heavy hitter, Austin. You know what I mean?
No,
Listen.
No, it's going to be a
You know,
whole
not
new.
at all.
It's going to be a whole new.
Listen, I
Whole
would,
new class.
I would say that
Yeah.
Austin, and if I'm gonna put
I love that
I'm gonna put his
motorcycle.
I'm gonna put his picture roll up while we're talking about this to see if the picture of him and his daughter come up.
Oh yeah, it's a great picture.
When
his little helper.
when he toured the country after building that bike as a father-daughter build,
Yep.
that was it.
Addie.
Everyone else is taking second place to
Oh,
Austin.
I-
I don't care what the hell else you
Right.
do.
I think that's
Right
fantastic.
there,
And
right
she
there.
knew what was going on.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
He wouldn't even have to say. She was like ready
Yup.
to go. Like, what a great
Yeah.
kid.
No,
And
you've taught her to weld already, correct?
Yeah, she watches me TIG weld, but she knows how to MIG weld.
Yeah.
And she's 9 now.
Oh,
She
Jesus.
just turned 10. Yeah, just
That's
turned 10.
incredible.
You've ruined that poor girl.
No way you've created
No,
a monster.
Well,
That's
listen,
fantastic.
you've ruined her, and I'm going to tell you how I know this. Our daughter, her first year in college, she goes off to college by herself, and she meets new people and doing the college thing. She called us up and she said, "Hey, there's a boy here that wanted to take me on a motorcycle ride," and I'm like, "Yeah." And she goes, "I told him, look, man, what do you got, a stock Sportster over there? Shovel head or better, my man."
Yeah, Pat Jansen always said it's going to take a pretty crafty boy to catch her attention.
Oh yeah.
Right?
I figure if we set up for like 2012 or 2013 already, she could be a builder setup. You can get
It's
her.
2020.
Well, I know.
You-
but I'm saying we can look into the future.
You mean
and get
2024?
2020,
Oh yeah, 20, say 20,
Like 2030.
2024.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2024.
You could set. She can start doing it now. It's so cool that you work with her and she was in Ohio with us.
Yep.
At Ohio
Yeah,
Bike Weekend.
yeah.
And she's so much fun.
Actually, IMS.
Was that what it
Cleveland
was?
IMS.
You're such
The
a
seat
good,
pan
such a
for
good
the salt
kid.
flat.
So much fun. Enjoyed
Yeah,
it.
she's cool.
Yeah, and she wanted to be up there, boy. It wasn't like you had to drag her up that stage.
No, yeah.
Hey,
It's
so
not a front.
real quick, I want to say hi to a couple people. Danny Dill came on just a little bit ago and says loves Chopper Town. We do too. Thanks for checking us out here, and thanks again to Chopper Town for having us on their network. Mike Draco, how about Jack DeGazio? It's funny that you mentioned that. You got to keep watching the show and see who we're adding to that list, because there's a lot of people.
Oh, I already let the cat out of the bag on that one. Sorry.
Did you? Where?
Yeah.
Oh, see,
Real.
I was just doing my job.
This is why we can't have nice things.
it is. It is.
See what we have to go through, Austin.
I think that exact same thing happened at the Wheels Through Time when somebody misplaced the camera.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Had to bring that up, didn't you?
Yep. He got me.
Just when we
I
thought we
thought
had
it was
everything,
like the same.
just like when we thought we had everything reeled back in and under control, you just threw us in the. We're done.
All right. Well, listen, man. Thanks for coming on with us tonight. We can't wait to spend time with you in Texas. Tell everybody on Chopper Town and Cycle Source and all over the world where they can follow Austin Andrella, please.
Well, my Facebook's Austin Andrella, Andrella, and my Instagram is Austin Martin Originals.
That's it.
That's all you got.
That's all you got.
That's all I got. I don't do the twatter and all that. So
No, you're not going to give us your phone number, nothing like
Listen,
my address, exact address.
There I am nominating you for Daddy of the Year and talking about your beautiful little girl, and you go,
dude, your mouth.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
He had to butch it up a little bit more.
Yeah. Yeah, he had to jump back on shit.
That was for the boys down at the bar.
Stop it. You leave Austin alone. He's awesome.
Yes,
All right, man. Well, listen, thanks for coming on with us tonight, buddy. We'll be talking with you real soon.
All right, no problem. Thanks.
Bye.
Alrighty.
Bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, Austin Andrella, check him out.
Again.
Austin Martin Originals. You will rarely find a talented, better mannered human being than this
He may
man.
be one of my fun people.
One of your fun
He
people.
is. He's like one of the people that you can just look at him and laugh.
He always has a smile.
Yep.
He's genuinely happy. He's a
You know,
good,
You know
good
that one of
person.
the next thing coming out of his mouth is going to make you laugh. So
Yep. And you know his wife is just as
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome is a beautiful, kind-hearted, fun lady. She's incredible.
He's always a good time.
And I have to apologize. I got the name wrong
Okay.
of our friend's girl that passed.
Oh.
And again, only because I was on the spot and I just totally spaced her. Her name was Rebecca. And Justin, I do apologize. I should know better, and I'm so deeply sorry for that. And we're so very sorry for your loss.
Yeah, we just wanted to, on behalf of our friends that knew her so well, we wanted to take a minute and tell everybody that, you know, you guys are all in our prayers, and it's terrible losing someone that you do something like riding motorcycles with. It's especially hard. So.
Oh yeah.
Oh, right on. Rick Bray is here. He was
there
scoping
you
out the
go.
competition already.
Right.
Right on.
Didn't I hear you say Buck Shaw was on too?
Yeah, Buck was here for a minute.
Right.
Buck, we were talking all about Tennessee earlier in the show, and getting ready to head out to Loretta Lynn's Ranch for the event for BC Moto Invitational and Tennessee Motorcycle Music Revival.
I'm ready. I'm packed. I don't know what the hell Chris is doing.
Right on. So we're coming towards the end of the show. Real quick, I'm going to go through a couple things. I'll remind you guys that we're coming to you live from the Russ Brown Motorcycle Attorney Studio. Every Sunday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we go live with 120 minutes, all the bullshit we can fit. Some news, some entertainment. We bring on some guests. We want to hear from you, too. Make sure you do the share thing. If you're watching us through Chopper Town, hey, you know, throw out where you're from, man. A lot of people all over the world, parts of the world that we haven't been reaching on our own, are tuning in, and we want to know about it.
Which is awesome.
We're going to real quick go through a couple things. Like we said, the Lone Star Rally is coming up fast at the end of October. Lots of stuff going on there. 400,000, 500,000, 600,000 people end up.
I think it's going to
on the
be
Strand.
extra interesting this year because it starts on Halloween.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be a crazy Lone
trip.
Star Rally this year.
So that's going on. Obviously, at that, we do our bike show.
Epic bike games.
On the Seawall, November 2nd, Saturday. And bike games, yeah, dude.
Oh, dude, they
like,
come to play.
You can't even believe, like, first of all, you can't say rodeo in Texas.
Yeah, no.
Unless you're serious.
Yeah, right.
And these guys are.
Yeah, like
Kurt Green and I chatted the other day. He's already working on that belt.
Nice.
If they don't like your decision in the games, they come at you. Like I've had a couple people come at me and tell me I was wrong
right?
on my decision. Like, okay.
Dude, last year we had somebody actually bring up a replay.
Yeah.
They brought their phone up and they was like, "Hey, look, man, you made that call wrong."
That happened in Sturgis this year with mini bike
Yep.
drags.
Yep.
Yeah. And
So
then the rider was wrong and they were still mad.
Always a good time. Obviously, we were talking about our In Motion show that goes on for the whole weekend of Lone Star Rally. Next up on the list, the next thing we're headed out to is the Tennessee Motorcycle Music Revival. That's happening next weekend at the Loretta Lynn's Ranch. From there, we go straight off to Chopper Time for Willie's Tropical Tattoo annual show in Daytona and Biketoberfest every Thursday of both times of the year.
Yeah.
Greatest chopper
great.
show on earth.
Favorite show of the year, hands down.
I got to give a
The
quick
Willows.
shout out here. Ashley Woodford just informed me that we have one of the fastest women in the world watching us, Erin Sill. She was an original
Wow.
Buell sister.
Yeah, I know Aaron, man.
Yep, she tuned in tonight.
Right
Thank you very
on.
much for taking your time and watching this.
Hey, Aaron, drop us a line because we'd like to bring you on. That's a good
I
guess.
saw a young kid coming out of a convenience store in Shadyside the other day with a Buell Brothers
Yeah,
shirt on. Like, was blown away.
that's cool
Wow.
as hell.
Yeah, isn't that weird?
That's cool as hell. All right, man. I guess we're gonna bring this one into the station. It's been an hour and a half, and we can only ask you to put up with so much of our bullshit. So we're gonna call this one. But until next week, get out, ride your motorcycle, do something cool,
something fun.
some cool motorcycle shit with motorcycle people. Try not to take life so seriously because there's no way you're getting out of it alive.
I ain't got time for that crap.
And I still want people to send us suggestions. Who do you guys want to talk to? Who do you want to hear on the
Yep.
show?
Yep. And again, thank you to everybody on the Choppertown Nation for all your support. 2.5 million strong. All of our Cycle Source family. Love you guys. See you next week. Until we come back with another episode. Same chopper time.
Same chopper channel.
Bye, Felicia.
Goofball.